I want to go now to some breaking news. Department of Homeland Security official confirming that the Commandant of the U.S. Coast Guard has been removed from her position over leadership deficiencies. That was a quote, and operational failures. I have extensively reported on the Coast Guard's cover-up of sexual assault cases. We don't know if that played a role at all in this. CNN Natasha Bortran joins us now for more. This is a pretty significant move, Natasha. It is, Pamela. If not just because it really shows that this could be a sign of things to come in terms of how President Trump and his administration deal with military leaders that they feel are perhaps focusing too much on diversity and inclusion initiatives, which is one of the stated reasons, according to this DHS official, why Admiral Fagan was relieved of her duties as Commandant of the Coast Guard. Now, we did ask the Department of Homeland Security for reasons why she was relieved, and they did send us a list that included things like failure to address border security threats, prioritization of those day initiatives, which Secretary of Defense, future Secretary of Defense, if he is confirmed, Pete Hegseth has said is going to be one of his priorities in removing from the department, once he does get installed here, as well as Operation Fouled Anchor, which is that investigation into sexual assault and sexual abuses committed at the Coast Guard Academy that was covered up by the Coast Guard beginning in around 2018. Now Admiral Fagan, she was not directly involved in that. However, she did signal to members of Congress last year when she was grilled on the sexual assault investigation that was not disclosed to Congress that she was aware of certain aspects of it. And according to the Department of Homeland Security, that is one reason why they felt like she needed to be terminated as part of her in her position there. But still, I think the broader picture here is that this is the first kind of termination of a senior military leader that we have seen that has been explicitly kind of linked to the promotion of those diversity, equity, and inclusion programs within the military. And in fact, this is not the first time that the Coast Guard has been targeted by Trump's allies. Back in August, former GOP Representative Matt Gaetz sent a letter to the Department of Homeland Security raising concerns about Fagan's alleged focus on these initiatives over, for example, other more important things like he said, recruiting and focusing on introducing drugs at the borders. Sander, thank you so much for coming on first. Your reaction to some of these actions. Go ahead. No, I think it's appalling that the head of Homeland Security is firing the very Admiral Commandant of the Coast Guard, who took this issue of Fouled Anchor that you guys broke as a story. Why? Because it was being covered up literally. Issues of sexual assault and sexual harassment at the Coast Guard.